because I get to talk to Mr. Sagar Kawale from John Deere, and he is Chief Manager Security Integrations for the company. Now, interestingly, he has recently finished 90 kilometers Comrades Marathon in South Africa, which is indeed unbelievable achievement, something very, very inspiring. And while talking to him recently, interestingly, he mentioned about how security and running is kind of interrelated. And running has developed certain soft skills for him, which is making his job easier, and he's bringing a lot of value addition to his cyber security and physical security skills. So let's talk to Sagar and find more about it. And adding to that, he has also recently completed his PSP certification, which is not an easy task in the first attempt. So we'll talk to Sagar and find out more about all his achievements and see what we can learn. So, Sagar, let's get started. Congratulations on your marathon completion, PSP completion. I mean, a lot of achievements in your kitty. So, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us more about what you do in your day-to-day job, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, Santosh. Thank you for having me here, and thank you for such a great introduction. It is my pleasure. As you mentioned, I have recently completed a marathon at South Africa, which is 90-kilometer race. So thank you for appreciation also. So about my career, means I am an engineering graduate, more than around 20 years of experience in the field of physical security and a kind of IT security as well. So since my graduation, means I am an engineering graduate. Since my graduation, I was always keen to explore my career in the field of electronic security system. Unfortunately, got opportunity to work in implementation, system programming, project management, design consultation during my this 20 years career. I worked with a lot of MNCs, integrators, design consultant in India as well as abroad for a few years. And now I'm currently working in John Deere as you explained, a chief manager. And I'm handling overall security, physical security and IT security portfolio in Asia and Europe region for my organization. So that is what my experience is. And apart from that, I'm also supporting the regional operations centers. I'm also supporting security managers for various units for assessing their needs, and we work together to enhance our factories or offices security posture.
I mean, that is very impressive. And I can understand, company like John Deere, which has presence in almost all geographies, right? So there is a lot of collaboration, lot of hand-holding, lot of, connecting with different stakeholders across the geography. And especially physical security, if you see, it's very vast area because these threats continue to be there to your facilities, to your physical assets. Now, coming back to marathon, which was also a very interesting topic. 90 kilometer is a lot. I mean, I have seen people doing half marathons, full marathons, but somebody who is primarily a IT professional, at the core, for him to take out time, then build this routine of fitness, then you take a journey which is 90 kilometers. I'm sure it must be a lot of preparation. You go to a different country, finish 90 kilometers, get interviewed by Sean Pollock. So I want to know more about how this journey started.
No, yeah, thank you very much for that question. Basically, fitness means I started running a few years back. I can say 7 to 8 years back. So as a small town boy, I played a lot of local games, but running was not my main focus or something like that. But then when you start getting health issues, so you start start looking at maintaining yourself and maintaining your fitness. So that's how my running started. So you earlier, 7 to 8 years back, I started running very slowly. I never imagined that I will go up to this level. But again, this is something which I developed over the years. I think my running journey, my running ethics, it got translated or transmitted or transformed into a passion. So when I started doing 10Ks and then 21K, so then I started thinking about how I can means, can I do more? Can I push myself more? And which was a triggering point for me, wherein I was fortunate to get good runners, to meet good runners, hear their stories and motivations. So so by building day by day training consistently, this brought me a certain amount of understanding in my mind, means which has helped or which is helping me in my day to day life as well. That if you stay consistent, if you try to achieve, if you think about any goals and you stay consistent, these are achievables, these are achievable. Definitely not today, not tomorrow, maybe 6 months, 7 months, maybe 1 year, 2 year. You have to be patient, you have to be very focused, you have to be true to yourself. See, nobody means today, like professional IT professional and like people like you working in a company, we don't get time, we have to make time. So and it which is beneficial. So I started thinking about what benefits I'm getting from health benefits. Then again, while I transfer myself to a long distance running, it brought me lot of learnings for me. It's just not a running, it's about planning your day, it's about planning your health, it's about planning your everything. Means it to run a 21 kilometer or 42 kilometer, you need a lot of preparation, that is for sure. As a runner, I can tell you. So that discipline needs to be there, how you eat, what you eat, how much water you drink, what kind of exercise you do, what how much sleep you need. So that all these things you start thinking, and then you become very disciplined about your day to day life, as well as in the work. When you get up in the morning, you go out, you finish your half an hour or 1 hour workout, and you come back to home. So that gives me, as a person, that gives me accomplishment, that gives me a feeling that okay, something, I started my day, I accomplished something, I did something which is beneficial for me, and it gives me immense pleasure. And then I come back home, and then I go to my work. My work is started with that feeling that okay, something is accomplished, now my other task is there, and I'm going to finish those tasks as well. So that is how running transformed me. And means saying you means talking about Comrades, it was just when I did my full marathons, and then I met a lot of people, and they said, okay, you have a good timing, can you try? So there was a lot of people who motivated me to do that. My coach was there. I trained with one of the running academy in Pune. So he motivated me. He said, "You can do it, but you will have to prepare yourself." So I was been preparing for this race for 2 years, and that is how Comrades Marathon happened. It is one of the greatest race, I guess. They say ultimate human race, and I was very fortunate to get to qualify for that race and finish the race comfortably.
So that's very inspiring, given that you started not too long ago, right? For
Yeah.
somebody to finish 90 kilometers, and then the preparation started only 6 7 years back. It's a very disciplined journey. Now, when it comes to physical security, when it comes to physical fitness, in both areas you are excelling. You are
Yeah.
now certified physical security professional also.
Yes.
So that's very remarkable. Now, running, as I understand, sometimes becomes very monotonous. It's the same movement that you need to perform. You get tired. It's not very exciting because you run through the same scenery around,
Yeah.
same mechanical movements. Uh, but it certainly requires a lot of patience, a lot of mental strength, a lot of endurance. So I'm sure being somebody who experiences that every day, what soft skills or what qualities you think marathon has developed for you?
Yeah. So basically, what when you, as you said rightly, it is a monotonous, means when we go to work every day or we do the same thing again and again. So means as a personal as a person, I think of achieving my goal. So when there are, if you have a project in hand, or if you have some race to be completed or race to be, or to be attended, so for that, for me, preparation is very important. For me, those trainings are very important. So I keep those things in mind when I do any project. So there are multiple projects, the same work, same system. Sometimes you go through the same people, same project team. But again, we need to understand that we are working towards one goal, which is beneficial for you as a person, for you as your job, or for you as an individual, to accomplish that goal. So you have to be means very patiently and very focusedly, you have to see the results. So if you look at what you are doing today, if I'm running for 4 hours or 5 hours, I don't know where I'm going. But if I think of where I am going, and I know that after 5 hours, or after 1 year, I am going to complete that project with the same team, or after 5 hours, I am going to reach the finish line. That motivates me. That is what marathon brought me into it. So you think of putting one foot in front of other, next to other, next to other. Think of that goal where you want to go. So in projects also, I do the same, and that brought me a lot of confidence, for patience, a lot of tolerance, a lot of collaboration also. So while I say about collaboration with the team, so running is also a very good, a very collaborative sport. So you have a lot of people supporting you. You have your training partners, you have your co-runners who pace you sometimes. There are people who support you for hydration. There are people who guide you on the route from where to go at which point. There are people who will tell you how much elevation is there, so how you have to go down, you have to slow down, and you have to pace up. So all these things I also try to bring in. Means it helped me to bring in, what I can say, a collaboration into my team. Of course, there are a lot of appreciations also. There are a lot of talks also. So when you talk about physical security, so the preparation for a race preparation also, you I mean, we tend to think about how the route will be, how the weather will be on the race day, what kind of hydration I should carry, what kind of nutrition I should eat. So all those things I apply into projects also. When we see a project, when we see a site, we go to site, we see a risk assessment, we see how area is, how far, how strong we need to build the security or physical security, or how strong we need to assess the situation, and how that facility can be secured. So those, all those things correlating, it helped me a lot, to streamline my thinking in that way. So I could say that running, or being a marathon runner, or doing a long ultra distance running, that has definitely brought me a lot of confidence in me, that I can sustain, or I can tolerate a lot of situation. I can push myself. There are times when we have to work overnight. I work with US team. I support region. I mean, in Europe region also. So there is a time difference. But at those time, you have to be patient. You have to be, because the person other side of the your area, he is also working for. So we need to understand, unless and until we have that collaboration, I think it is not possible to complete any task. So we work hand in hand, and that's what running helped me out. So I can understand, the while I am running, I can understand the pain of the other runner also. So likewise, I try to understand the pain of the work which I'm staying late, or supporting my co-workers in the other region, so they are also working. So that has been a phenomenal change in my attitude. Earlier it was not like that. But again, patience, perseverance, again, your consistency, collaboration. So that has helped me a lot, Santosh.
This was very insightful, enlightening, learning for me, because interestingly you mentioned about the race day, how the preparation goes.
Yes.
Add to that, you need to know your threats. You mentioned about the risk assessment, right? So when you are running a 10 or race, or
Mm.
something which is 90 kilometers, you need to know what could be your threats, right? It could be
Yes.
a rain, that could be hydration which is not timely available.
Correct, correct.
So then you manage all of that, right, with your co-runners.
Yes,
Then plan, where to pace up, where to pace down. So
correct,
all
correct.
these things are really important.
Yes.
So these are very unique qualities. I mean, this is much more than what I could imagine. I mean, my understanding was, really limited to you something as simple as, just patience. All you need is patience to
Plan.
run this thing. But there is a lot of planning that goes, and you nicely correlated that to projects also.
Yes.
Right. So is there any, let's say, specific example where you think the skills that you have acquired through running has helped you with any of your teams or scenarios? Anything you think you can share?
Yeah, I think during the pandemics, I remember I can give you the example. During the pandemics, there were times when means everybody knows what happened in during the pandemic. So there were projects which were getting off. People were not supporting. The vendors were not coming to site. Means they were not able to come to site. And at the point of time, means there was one project which was very important for business to start up with. Building was ready, and we wanted to install all physical security systems, and we were not knowing, means I could not travel. Nobody could support, but there was an on-site team who was not technically aware of the things. But then again, uh, what I thought is what best we can do. I cannot travel, vendor cannot come to office, to site. Then like in marathon, what we do is plan B. So I try to cover the distance in 4 hours, but it is not happening. Then I need to slow down. I need to take some nutrition. I need to take some salt tablets or eat something or take energy gels. Find something which can give you some kind of a motivation to cover the remaining distance. So at that point of time, and then collaboration also. At that point of time, uh, I spoke with management, and then we said that okay, let's try this thing. So I will share the drawings, and we will get the project done with our local on-site maintenance team who was working on site. So they were not technical people, but they said that okay, we will do that. So because it was necessary for business. So at that point of time, I have means I have spoken to management, and I've told them this is what is going to happen. So can we do this? Can we try this? Because I know that we need to finish that project. I know that we need to. Means I was thinking like I need to finish this race now. What is the best possible solution? What is the best possible thing which I can do for myself or for a company to complete that one? And that brings in a lot of discussions with other stakeholders also. And then we managed while doing this, we managed to complete that project somehow, sending drawings and talking over the teams and seeing videos, making connections and programmings and everything. So in total, in all, I think why I'm telling you this, because somehow I have experienced this in many of the days while I was preparing for race. So you ask questions, you take help from people. You don't know what kind of a shoe is suitable for you, because you are a new runner. You don't know, and you don't know the terrain, you don't know the race, the path of the race. Or some people have done that race. Like when I went to Comrades, I was not knowing about the route, I was not knowing about the elevations what there. But I spoke with people, those who completed the marathon. So that is a situation wherein you discuss with people, you ask questions, you take inputs, and you make an informed decision, I can say. Likewise, you talk to people, and then you do your own assessment, how or what best you can do, what is your capability, and if not, how you are going to finish that. So what best measures you can take up, not to fail but to complete your target. So that's what I feel. That sometimes I think in that way when I am running or when I am competing for a race. So sometimes those scenario comes in at the workplace also. But again, as I said, long distance running has brought a lot of patience in me. It has brought a lot of understanding of the situations, not getting panicked, keep doing your work one step in front of other, and you have to go to that target. So be patient. So that has helped me a lot, and that still it is helping me a lot. So
That's really wonderful. The other achievement which I really wanted to talk about was achieving PSP certification. I mean, we all
Yes.
know that it's not easy. The focus is on physical security aspects, right?
Yeah.
So they just wanted to know, how did you prepare? How easy or how difficult was it? And then your view on how and why physical security is still relevant, still important. The threats are there, based on your day-to-day job.
Yes. No, yeah, PSP certification was a very good experience for me, learning for me. This was the first ASIS certification I completed. Uh, I gathered means while preparing, I gathered like I gathered all the information about the examination, the questions, the references, and then I started studying about how the questions will be, what topics I need to go through. I was fortunate that some of the topics were already been means I had understanding of those topics. But again, preparing for examination is something what I have not done for from a long time. But this time it was a very good experience. And then I did study consistently, means day and night throughout. I think I used to study the material. I think I have devoted some time during my working hours also. So, and also after coming home, I used to study for 2 3 hours. So every day I used to spend around 5 hours, and I think I did that for 2 months. So, and I knew that I need to hit that target. I need to, so for that, I need to gather all the information, all the knowledge questions. So I was very well prepared. Fortunately, means I don't know, means when you read everything, you don't have doubts in your mind that okay, how exam will be. So that's what how I prepare for my races also. I do all my homework, do all your training runs correctly, and then go to race. So that's what I did in PSP also. Unfortunately, it was a very good exam. I think I scored around 90% in that examination first attempt. Of course, there was a means there was one person with me who was also studying, so we did the study collaboratively. We used to take a scenario, ask questions to each other, discuss things, discuss concepts, all those things, and that has helped me really. So again, it was a good experience, and I think I will continue to take it further for next certification.
Yeah, so the way you explained, I think, I can certainly draw a parallel between, your running preparations versus your exam preparation. It's
Yes.
like, gathering the right information, making sure that you give your 100%, do the training runs. So similarly,
Yeah.
do your mock exams, everything properly. And then obviously then the results will be positive, right? When you put in such
Correct.
a planned effort. This is indeed very, very inspiring. So, I mean, I would have never imagined that somebody would correlate marathons, take positives from there, apply it to day-to-day job, bringing best out of physical security. So this is indeed wonderful. Um, from your day-to-day job, how do you see this physical security evolving, or going forward? Do you see it's taking like different shape? How do you see this industry evolving with cameras, surveillance? I mean, they continue to grow.
Yeah. No, basically, I mean, physical security. Why? I mean, I have been in this profession for 20 years, so it is a very prime, or you can say, a very important factor, which most of the companies or most of the security professional would always emphasize that it is your perimeter defense. So all your assets, all your people are inside that perimeter. So you need to have that perimeter secure. You need to have policies. You need to have plans if there are riots, if there is a threat from outside. So once you are inside your perimeter area, you are I think there is a delay where you can respond. But perimeter security for me it is very important. And then again inside also. So usually I emphasize to have a correct measures or correct controls on a perimeter so that you don't waste a lot of money inside your perimeter. So if you have a controlled entry, you have a controlled traffic, you have controlled vehicular access. So and again with this new industry coming, AI, a lot of people bringing in face recognition into the industry. So it is going to expand. It is going to challenging. It is going to be challenging to manage those systems. It is going to be challenging for operators to have those all those details. Though technology is making our work little bit easier, but in terms of physical security, it will remain prime because you cannot rely 100% on machines when it comes to security. So there will be a aspect of having systems in place, managing those systems correctly, programming those systems correctly. So yes, physical security is going to be a very, what I can say, a prime main focus of most of the companies. It is there, and I think going forward, it is also going to collaborate with IT securities and your like AI will take it forward how you automate all those things. So it is going to be interesting. It's a new technology. The basics will remain the same. But again, nowadays people get their ID cards onto their phone. They don't have to use a badge. So they just carry their mobile and scan some barcodes. And those kind of systems are also there. So I don't know. In future, people will only carry themselves, not anything, no identity, and system will recognize them. So I look forward to those era. What is going to happen? But again, we need to understand that there are a lot of other factors also. The basic things we should not forget. So let's hope that we will give a more secure environment to our industry, to our people, manage our assets and people's life safety effectively with this new technology.
Yeah, I think you covered a very important aspect, protecting your assets. And there can't be more valuable asset than people, your
Yes.
own, employees, staff, whoever is working in your premises.
Yeah.
Because it's all about human life. People also hold a lot of information. The other assets are your systems, so all of that needs to be protected, vital records. So
Yes.
physical security is very essential. And with multi-geography presence, obviously that centralized governance,
Yes.
oversight,
Yeah.
systems that you do as part of your day-to-day job plays a big role. So this is very, very interesting discussion. Hopefully, it will inspire many because these soft skills that you mentioned about earlier in terms of marathon, how it can be applied. I think that that's a great learning lesson, at least for me. And I'm
Yes.
sure those who watch this, they will also be inspired by this.